The second thing I want to talk about today is mood boards and style tiles. So I think that the wireframes were great for just kind of, throwing down your stuff on paper. Obviously, the cons of that are you're not in the environment, right? And another con of that is that you don't have so much of the design feel. It's a little boxy, it's a little limiting. What we can do with mood boards, well, here's how I usually start a project, and this is my method. I usually ask my client, hey, can you name like 2 or 3 sites that you like or you really dislike, and tell me why. And of course, in relation to the site they want to build. So that I can just kind of get a sense, hey, where are you at? Is this going to be a Vimeo or is this going to be more like a YouTube, right? You probably have a feeling of what that means, right? How high fidelity is this? Is it fun? Is it dark? This really gives me a sense of how to proceed with that. Mood boards allow us to visually kind of illustrate the direction that we're going in. It's like a color palette with images and typography. This practice has been around. A handful of agencies, work with mood boards. One in particular that, I don't want to say they're famous for mood boards, but they have quite a few awesome blog posts, is Viget down in DC. They've been writing and showing off their mood boards for quite some time, and these are a few examples. Actually, these aren't theirs, but theirs are coming up. But these are some other examples of mood boards, just kind of taking, a bunch of images around the web of other sites that you like, putting it together. But what Viget has done, and this is their work here, is put that into what they refer to more as a style tile, and I think it was Samantha Warren that coined that concept. And a style tile is, all right, so I understand that you're taking all these images, these design inspirations, these color palettes, that's great. What if we can take the next step and organize them in a way that I kind of get a sense of the homepage? I kind of get a little more of an organized sense of the typography and the metaphor or the feeling of the site. And so that's what they do here. Show some more examples, right? And it's, it's not so committal where like you have to feel like this is the final, but this could be. I've seen some style tiles that ended up being pretty close to the final version of a website. There's this whole great site that Samantha put together for style tiles. Basically, she explains kind of how they're a little bit different than mood boards, when to use them. I think she coins it right around here where she says, style tiles are for when a mood board is too vague and a comp is too literal. So the comp being too precise and taking too much time, the mood board being a little bit too much, slapped together. And so this style tile is right in the middle. Great for showing clients, great for just kind of brainstorming your ideas. And again, for me, Chris, as a developer, this is great because I'm not the best designer, but I can pretty quickly throw together a style tile. I love that she breaks it down to these steps too, of just, looking for the visual language and feedback from your client. Even putting words on there, like, is this site going to be fun? Is this site going to be exciting? Is this site going to be sexy? Putting those words on there. And then a lot of times I will work with the client, me the developer or the UX expert, make these style tiles, and then I will work with the designer, or hand in hand. I guess what I'm saying is it's kind of empowering that you don't have to be the designer to just kind of jump in, and start getting your ideas down. She puts together some of these, this is really nice what she did for the examiner. You can see 3 different versions of the style tile and then the final version, right? So we just get a lot closer to our final product here without really wasting time on pixel perfect Photoshop mockups, right? Which is kind of nice. And she gives a download PSD, which is really just kind of a basic PSD. I think I have a version here on my laptop here where I can show you, just kind of like, hey, this is something you can start with. It's really cool. And this site's great, and she has some awesome links, and if some great stuff on there.
And it's all free, right?
Yeah. This came out of Viget in DC. It's all free to check out these examples, for sure. All right, great.